Hey folks, Matt Easton here, Scholar Gladiatoria. So for the last, couple of weeks I guess, I've been walking past this poster and various versions of it. And it's troubling me a bit. I'm a bit worried about Jennifer. So, you know, she's got a lovely outfit there, even a nice looking bow, I have to say. Pretty cool looking arrows as well. Nice bit of graphics, and you know, who doesn't like to look at a nice picture of Jennifer Lawrence? But there's a few things in this picture which bug me to hell, okay? And yeah, I know I'm being a pedant and I know I'm a bit of a geek, but at the end of the day I spent quite a lot of years of my life doing archery, and when you see an image like this showing, well, let's go through the points. There's a few things, as anybody out there who's a regular archer will be quite bothered, I guess, by the same things. So first off, that finger, man. Jennifer, I'm really worried about this finger of yours. You seem to have a real habit of sort of looping it over your arrow when you're at full draw. Now I completely understand with long bows and flat bows and other types of traditional bows, there is an argument for having your finger over the arrow some of the time to keep it there. But probably not when you're at full draw, because if you let go of the arrow, if you loose the arrow at this point, well, it's not going to go very well, okay? The fletchings are going to hit your finger, the arrow might just go anywhere. So really bad habit, so please take that finger off your arrow. Next thing, we just look a little bit along the finger, and the finger's kind of highlighting this. Your arrows always seem to be a little bit on the long side. It's not necessarily a massive problem, but it would be good if you had arrows which were suited to your draw length. They all seem to be a little bit long. Next thing is your elbow, your left arm, the arm holding the bow. You seem to have a tendency to sort of over flex the arm so that your inner elbow comes inwards towards the path of the bowstring. This is always a painful flaw for beginner archers, and that will get hit. It's good that you've got a bracer on your left arm to protect your arm a little bit, but if anything you're wearing it a little bit too far down towards your wrist. And I'm a little bit worried about that elbow. It's going to get clipped every time by that bowstring when you release the arrow, when you loose the string. So just kind of flex the elbow outwards a little bit. Don't kind of let it come inwards towards the path of the bowstring so much. The last one is kind of problematic for your accuracy, and that's that your anchor point is kind of non-existent. What do I mean by anchor point? Well, it's where you bring the back of the arrow to, in other words where you draw your hand back to, and it should kind of come to the same point every time. But when we look through the pictures we can see, well, sometimes you have a good anchor point and sometimes, like in this poster, you really don't. It just kind of floats around nowhere. If you release the arrow at this point, first of all you're going to hurt your finger anyway because you've got it over the front of your arrow, but secondly the arrow's going to go, even if your finger isn't over the top, it's going to go really high because your anchor point's too low, which might be what you're aiming for. I guess, you know, you're probably a much better archer than me, but and you know, I just want to point out as well, going back, if we go all the way back looking through other posters here from previous episodes of the Hunger Games, we can see that you've got that really bad habit of putting that index finger on your bow hand over that arrow. So you got to stop that, Jennifer, please. You're going to hurt your finger if you actually start shooting like that. There we go. I hope that's a little bit interesting, and I hope that you don't hurt your finger anytime soon. And yeah, I look forward to seeing the movie. Cheers, folks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and feel free to follow us on Facebook.